Welcome, my friends, to another episode of Walking the Spiral of Truth and Love. I'm Coach Bill Sullivan, founder and senior director of Meditate School of Mindfulness and Sound and the creator of the SVMT Method of Transformation, a heart-centered approach to healing through somatic wisdom, vibrational awareness, mindfulness, and trance-informed practices. Today, we're diving into a universal, often misunderstood part of our healing journey. Why do old triggers come back? And what it truly means when they do. So many of us believe that once we've healed something, it shouldn't rise again. But that's not how healing works. That's not how transformation occurs. So settle into your breath and soften your shoulders, and let's walk this truth together. In the past few days, I found myself cycling through an old trigger, one that I thought I moved beyond, one that somebody I knew about. This person, who was an important part of my life that isn't anymore, knew this trigger and used it. This someone I trusted said this thing, and suddenly something inside me contracted. Not so much because of the word, but because of the resistance I felt inside of me. Not this again. Not this now. I've been here before. So at first I judged myself and I thought, why am I reacting this way? Haven't I already worked through this wound? But as I sat with it, with honesty, with presence, I realized the trigger wasn't the problem. It was my expectation of how I should feel that was. The truth I didn't want to admit was this. Healing doesn't mean we'll never feel the old wound again. Healing means we meet it differently when it appears. Just right there, I recognized the truth because I was aware of this trigger instead of just being triggered, which allowed me to be curious about it, which then to help change it. Old triggers show up not because we fail, but because we're ready for a deeper layer of truth. These triggers are echoes, vibrational reminders of places inside of us that still long for attention, for compassion, for clarity. In my teachings in the SVMT method, we understand that a trigger is a vibrational activation where the body says there's something here, so pay attention. Most of us refuse or resist or say, not this again, not this now. But the truth is, this isn't punishment, it's communication. It's our body remembering a moment when it felt unsafe and unseen and unheard or unheld. It's reminding us that it's still there. The trigger isn't the wound. This realization that when we get triggered, it isn't the wound itself, it's the doorway back to it so it can be met differently. The journey of transformation allows us to start to meet it with love and acceptance instead of fear and resistance. A trigger is never about the present moment. It's about an old story, a learned survival pattern, a past emotional imprint, a neurological association or a somatic memory, or a vibrational echo that's held in the fascia and suddenly gets released because the energy of that past showed up now. When the body senses something familiar, a tone, a vibration, an energy, a gesture, a word, it often activates the old response. This isn't regression. Actually, it's intelligence. It's our system trying to protect us based on what it learned long ago. But those patterns of the past don't exist in the present. The masks that we put on to protect ourselves don't belong here now. There are times, though, when these triggers arise not by accident, but because someone intentionally or unconsciously touches the wound, and there it is. Some people, especially the people who know us, in their own reaction to life, their own fear, their own survival or ego or pain, will strike the tender places to regain control or feel powerful or say, not because you deserve it, but because it's the only language that they know. And you can't control that, but you can control how you respond. Going back to that pause, going back to your heart, we can return to our center. We can breathe into this presence And we can say inwardly, this is their activation. It's not my identity. And I could gently say, not today, not now. I learn to stay rooted even when someone else shakes the branches. I come back to myself. This is the mastery of the spiral. The recognition that healing isn't about never being triggered again. Healing is being aware of the trigger, of naming it, of coming back into your truth and staying with yourself and responding from this truth or not. It means we're not abandoning our heart or not mimicking the harm. It means we're reclaiming our power, choosing presence over pain, choosing the breath over reaction. As we walk the spiral of truth and love, we know the spiral brings us back, not to relive the wound, but to meet it as the higher version of ourselves. This is the work. This is the awakening. This is transformation. This is the spiral. So as you hear those words echoing through you, think about the things that resonate with you. And just think for a moment, I see you. As you breathe with all of this, I invite you to take a moment to reflect on these questions. Where have old triggers resurfaced in your life recently? And as you think about those triggers, feel it in the body. Don't allow your mind to get caught up in the story. Then, I wonder if you'd be willing to recognize them not as setbacks, but as signs you're ready for deeper truth and self-trust, that you're ready to go deeper into the spiral. And as you think about that, think about, what does your body need when this trigger arises? Does it need space? Does it need breath? Does it need a boundary from this person or this thing? Does it need stillness? Is it calling you to speak your truth and stand your ground? Is it opening you up to compassion? Allow yourself to be curious and recognize that there are no wrong answers, only invitations to go deeper. This is the work, and the work is never done. It's a path that continues to go deeper and deeper. So as we reflect deeper into this practice, I'm going to take you on a journey, a meditation, a reflection, that's all about meeting the trigger without leaving yourself. So when you can, and when you're ready, I invite you this time to find a comfortable seat or even lie down, to allow yourself to receive this energy. And as you lie there or sit there, allow your body to feel supported. Allow your hands to rest gently. Allow your breath to come naturally. And if you feel comfortable, allow yourself to close your eyes or soften your gaze, and then come into your breath, breathing in through your nose and breathing out through your mouth. Just doing that a few times. And perhaps thinking for a moment, this is my body breathing. This is me breathing. And as we move forward, we're going to use this gentle breath as the anchor. So just settle into it, bringing your awareness to the chest as it breathes in and out, to the tummy, to feel the air flowing in and out of your nose, to bring your awareness to your jaw and your shoulders, and soften and relax, to notice where you might feel tight, and allow that tightness to soften a little bit, to feel where you feel open, and allow that openness to echo the messages. And maybe notice where you feel nothing at all. And just know there's no wrong or right way to feel. This is only truth. This is only now. And as you reflect and more relax, allowing your body to just rest and breathe, I want to turn our awareness to the mind for a moment and bring gently to mind a recent moment that activated you. Think about the person or the thing, the situation. Not to relive it, just to get a sense of the echo of it. To be curious about the emotion that comes to you. Then to be curious about the sensation that you feel in your body when you think of this. Then to notice the story that your mind wants to tell you about it, but allow the body to speak instead. Feel your body instead of hearing the story that wants to show itself. Think about how your body feels. And then I wonder if you'd open your imagination and imagine for a moment this trigger is a small ball of energy right in front of you. Not inside of you, but near you. A vibration, a memory, an echo, a light. And imagine it in front of you, not touching you, separate from you. It's not you, it's separate from you. Imagine it floating before you or sitting in front of you. And then say, I see you. I feel you. And in this moment, I'm still safe from you. And let your breath wrap around the sensation. Think about the emotion that's there. And as you imagine this thing before you, allow yourself to feel the warm light of your heart stronger. Feel the energy of your chest. Allow yourself to shift the awareness into your heart space and imagine there a warm golden light expanding. Feel the warmth of your heart, knowing that that activation is still in front of you. But you're focusing on your heart space now, knowing that this heart space is your center, that this is your truth, that this is within you, that this is you. As you breathe into that light, allow it to grow. And with every exhale, imagine it flowing through your whole body, touching every nerve in your system, allowing yourself to come back to the safety of the heart. As you feel yourself returning to your own energy, you feel yourself coming back to the truth. Imagine that activation in front of you now, and say inwardly to yourself, this activation is not who I am. This is old energy ready to release. I'm not carrying this forward with me anymore. I release myself from the story. I come back to the truth that my heart matters now. The energy of your heart is growing strong inside of you. As you feel the energy of your heart space, allow yourself to feel the difference between the trigger and your truth. To recognize that that trigger is coming from outside of you, but your truth is within you. Lean into that truth. Allow yourself to be grounded in it. And imagine now your heart has guided you back to that spiral. Imagine you're standing on the spiral. Your spiral, not mine, but I'm walking along with you. Imagine as you're standing on the spiral, that trigger is now behind you, and your truth is ahead of you. Imagine you take that walk on your spiral towards your truth, taking a slow, gentle step forward. With every step, you feel this whisper, I rise. I choose truth. I choose myself. And you allow the body to feel this movement as you leave the energy of the trigger behind you. And you don't need to look back. As you set yourself free, walking your path of truth, walking this journey of love. And just walk that journey before you for just a few moments until that old trigger, that old energy is behind you and gets smaller and smaller. As you leave it, on that place of the spiral behind you, you walk deeper into your truth. That love is the energy of truth. And just stay there a little longer until you can imagine that that old energy, that trigger, that activation has been left behind, is small, is diminished, has disappeared. And you just breathe for a moment, breathing into your heart space, feeling that calm, peaceful confidence that is you. And just breathe. And know now that you're ready to bring the energy of truth, the energy of love, the energy of you back. So allow yourself to come gently back to the room that you're in. Before you open your eyes, get a sense of the space around you. Think about the position of your body. Allow yourself to feel the surface beneath you and know that you are grounded and rooted and connected to the earth. For just a moment, feel your breath flowing nice and easy, nurturing you. And then when you're ready, I invite you to wiggle your toes, to move your fingers, to inhale presence and exhale truth, to feel the rise and fall of your chest and your tummy. And then when you're ready, gently open your eyes and know that you have returned, but you're still walking your path of truth. So I thank you, my friend, for walking this spiral with me today, for recognizing that triggers aren't your failures, they're invitations. Every time you meet them with this presence, you step deeper into your own power, your own authenticity, your own awakening. This is work, but this work, this reclamation, this rising through the layers is the heart of this practice, the heart of the journey. So if this episode resonated with you, I invite you to follow us, to leave a comment if you will. I invite you to continue your journey into the body and the breath, the vibration and the truth. And be sure to watch out for my upcoming book, Walking the Spiral of Truth and Love, a guide for this very path, a companion for your healing, a map back to yourself. I'm Coach Bill Sullivan with Meditate School of Mindfulness and Sound and the SVMT Method of Transformation, and I thank you for listening, for breathing, and for choosing truth and love in a world that desperately needs both. So until next time, love is the way, truth is the path.